Hi friends! Welcome to episode 43 of the Quirky Monday Craftcast. My name is Kalisha and you can find me anywhere online as Nadira Tani. I am coming to you today from my home in Central Florida, and it's stupid hot outside, which is why I am filming inside. And I managed to find a nice little corner of the house that has pretty good lighting. And if you hear any epic snoring, that's Kiba. She's sleeping in a beanbag, like in the middle of it, so it looks like a hot dog. And we'll jump right into the crafting. So since it has been 2 weeks, I have finished objects now. They are both socks, which I'm super excited about because last episode I was saying how I had three active sock whips and it was making me so I was working really hard to get those done and over with. So the first one that I finished are these. They are my tomato socks. The stripy yarn is Cascade Heritage Prints in the tomato colorway, and then the yarn for the heel is just a red that I dyed myself when I did my Kwanzaa socks back in December. But these are all done, and I did an Afterthought heel, which this is my second Afterthought heel that I've ever done. I don't think I like Afterthought heels, so it's good to know those things. But yeah, I use the Kirby Wirby method, so I'll put a link to that video. So if you haven't ever done an Afterthought heel, then you can take a look at that video and see if it's something that you would want to do. The Kirby Wirby method is a cut-in Afterthought heel, so there's no waste yarn or anything like that. You just knit the whole tube and then go back and cut the yarn where you want to insert the heel. So yeah, this is them. I have worn them one time. They are quite comfy. You see, in true Kalisha form, who weaves in ends? There's the ends from the Afterthought heel are inside the shoe, inside the sock, and the end from the Kitchener on the toe is in there too. So when I wore them, I had to put the sock on twice because my feet were getting all caught up in the strands. So that's why you should weave in your ends, so that you don't clothesline your toes. Anywho, so this is 64 stitches. The cuff is a 2x2 rib. The leg is 3x1 rib. The foot is stockinette. I used my preferred rounded toe and a Kitchener stitch end. I decreased for the heel down to 10 live stitches, and that's about it. And of course there's 2 of them, and I really like them. I like the colors. I like how they came out. But yeah. Ta-da, ta-da-ta-da-da. That is finished object number 1. Where am I going to put you? Down there's fine. And here's finished object number 2. Again, the ends are not woven in because my name is Kalisha. And these are my Shine Bright socks. This is a pattern that is designed by Zakia of Lady Wing Crafts Podcast and Lady Wing Designs. It is this. I was one of her test knitters. Okay. And then as you can see, you've got the lace diamond and a textured diamond, and it goes all the way down the leg of the sock and the foot. Ta-da! And then the heel that she's put in the pattern is a German short row heel. And this was my first time doing the German short row, as I said, when I finished the first sock. So that was pretty cool. I do like how that heel is worked. I haven't worn these yet, so I don't know how it fits or how it fits on my foot, but I did enjoy knitting it. This is my second sock. This little stitch marker here, which I got from Hobby Lobby in a set. This is where the sock was when y'all last saw it, And then I just stopped showing it on the podcast until it's finished because it was taking me a while to do. What else was I going to say about this? Her pattern calls for twisted rib, which I don't like. I don't like twisted rib. It's just, it's the knitting into the back, remembering to knit into the back loop and trying to get into a rhythm with that just wasn't jiving with me. But how many rows did I do? I think I did like 15 rows of twisted rib before I did the bind off. This one was my first sock. And the first bind off that I did was the Jeny's Surprisingly Stretchy bind off. And if you know anything about that bind off, it's stretchy because in between the stitches, you yarn over so that you're getting that extra yarn. So when I did that, normally that is stretchy enough for me whenever I do toe up socks, which it's not often that I do toe up socks. I normally knit cuff down, but yeah, so I did that whole bind off on this sock, and when I put it on, it was a little bit tight, so I was just like, maybe I can find like a looser or a more stretchy bind off. So in the second sock, I did the stretchy bind off from Very Pink Knits, and that one is way stretchier than the Jeny's one. But the only thing, and it looks so much better now that I've had these, they've been sitting on the blockers for like 2 days, I think. But they just look so sloppy. Like, I don't know if it has to do with the fact that this is 1x1 rib and I did that bind off, but it was like when I first finished it, like it was like this, like stupid, just blah, 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 blah. And I was like, ew, that's ugly. I don't like that. So I haven't like blocked these with water yet. So I'm hoping that putting them on the sock blockers and maybe spritzing the top will like get it to sit right. I just don't really like how it looks. And also something that could be causing me to not really like how it looks is I don't normally do 1x1 rib. My preferred is a 2x2. So, and I don't do twisted. So this cuff is just a departure from everything that I do sock knitting cuff-wise sock knitting, whatever. So yeah. So when I did this one, it was so much stretchier. It does still feel a little tight around my leg because I did make these so tall. And I put, like I mentioned it in the Ravelry thread that Zakia set up for them. And she was recommending that, you know, the next time I do a toe up pair of socks, if I do that, whatever bind off I choose to use to also go up a needle size. So I might try that. Who knows? Or maybe I'll just stick to knitting cuff down like I like. Although I should try it because I want to be confident in how, like in my methods for cuff down and toe up. So that's that. These are finished. I did go back and rip out the original bind off of this one and then re-knit it with the Very Pink Knits one, which I'll also link that video down below as well, just in case you don't know that bind off. But yeah, so now they're both like stretchy to the same amount, so that's cool. The last thing I want to mention about this is, and you can probably see it, they look a lot closer on screen, but they are not the same. It's the same yarn. This is Deborah Norville Serenity Sock in the burgundy colorway, but they are not the same dye lot. So let me see. No, they look very similar on screen, but yeah, this one it's visually lighter than the second one, and I didn't realize it until I was knitting and I had this much and I put them up like to take a picture of it, and I was like, oh my gosh, those are not the same color. So I'll insert that picture here because I think I put it on Instagram, and you can really see how different they are, but I don't care. I don't care. If somebody is concentrating that hard on my feet to be able to say, your socks are different colors, why are you staring at my feet so long? That's a problem. So yeah, these are done, and I did weave in, nope, I did not weave in this one. I wove in the ends at the top, and did I cut them off? I don't think I cut them though, but I did weave them in. And so I just have to go back in and weave in the toes. But those are done. And those are my 2 knitting finished objects. So I'll jump over and show you my sewing mostly finished object. And if you remember, if you're a returning viewer and you remember, I was talking about recreating this like super flowy shirt that I had. And I think I did. I think I did it pretty well. So that's the bottom. And then here's the top. So, and as you can see, it's like super sheer. So I will definitely be wearing a tank top under that because I don't want all my business on show. So it's very, very flowy, very light. I love the shape. The only adjustment that I'm going to make when I make this again is I'm going to make the armholes smaller, because right now, like with this much armhole, it comes down to like below, like your bra strap. So it comes down below that, and that's like a lot of breezeway. So yeah, so I'm gonna make those smaller, and I'm gonna use a different fabric. This fabric is definitely not the same fabric as the original shirt, but I like the direction that it's going. So that's that. Like I was saying earlier, the only thing left to do is the hem, or the bottom hem, which I might not do. That blue that you can see is the tracing pin that I use, and it's one of those ones that disappear or washes out rather. So I might not. Actually, no, this is fraying, so I am gonna have to put a hem on it. So I'll get that done. And the last finished object is that one that I was like, I don't know if it really counts as a finished object. So it's a gift from my dad for Father's Day, and Father's Day was this past Sunday, which was June 17th. Today is Monday the 18th. So, for context or whatever. So Lamar is my husband. Lamar and I were in like Ross or TJ Maxx or like one of those stores one day, and we saw this little desk plate that said, one second, Kiba, stop snoring so loud. So we saw this desk plate that said it's always tea time, with like a golf ball and like a little tea, the little like thing that you stick in the ground and you set the golf ball on. And I was like, oh, this is really cool. We should get it for Dad, for my dad, because he loves playing golf. And Lamar was like, or you can get it put on a t-shirt. And I was like, oh man, that's an even better idea. And then he made it even better by saying, and then you could get a matching one that says it's always tea time, but like TEA, because you love drinking tea. This is why I love him, y'all. So you guys have already seen my shirt. It says it's always tea time with a teacup. And then I got this one made for my dad. And I got these made at like one of those kiosks in the mall that does the heat transfers. And I kind of want to have all of the shirts now. Don't be surprised if I like get one that says Quirky Monday. Totally do that. So this is my dad's. It's always tea time. Is that a little bit of dog hair on it? So yay! And I got this done last week, and it was a day where I worked in the studio in the morning. So if you're new, I work in a portrait studio in the mall, in JCPenney Portrait. That's what I do. But I was working in the studio in the morning, and so when I got off at lunchtime, I went ahead and took the shirts to get them printed. And when I came back to show my coworker, she asked me if I wanted to take some pictures, you know, like of like me and the shirts, like send to my dad. So I was like, yeah, cool. So I'll put up a couple pictures here. We had a whole lot of fun, did some crazy things. I'm the worst in front of the camera. Like, I'm so awkward. I can't control my face. It's just, I mean, you guys have seen the plethora of facial expressions that happen on here. But I got some really cute pictures, and the pictures won't be back until like either the end of this week or the beginning of next week. So that's why I still have the shirt. I haven't sent it to my dad. So I told him he has something that's coming in the mail as soon as the rest of it gets here. So those are all of my finished objects, and we will jump right into works in progress. And I only have one. It is living in my St. Patrick's Day Clover's bag, and I'll give you guys some more background on that a little bit later. But this is my work in progress. This is the third of the socks that I needed to finish. This is Pink Sugar. It's another Deborah Norville Serenity sock colorway. So it stripes like that. Looks like that. And this is I got this yarn, this particular yarn, from a store called Tuesday Morning that we have down here. And it's basically like one of those stores that sells like overstock stuff or discontinued things. And once I went in there, and they had like a bunch of Deborah Norville yarn. And it was when I was first getting into like knitting socks and stuff. So I was like, ooh, like sock yarn, let me go ahead and get some. And then on top of that, this, hello, thank you. Look at this price, $1.99. I wish I would have gotten more. But and it has the compare. It says compare at $4.29. But even that, like this yarn is sold at Joann's, and I think there it's like $5.50 for one of the balls. So to get it for $1.99, that was a complete steal. And I got two of this one because they are 50-gram balls, so one ball per sock. And I got, there was like one with blue, like blue and gray colorway, and this blues and greens. I think that's it. So it was just the three, and all three of them were like self-striping like these, or like this. So I've got the whole leg done. I am almost done with the heel. I have one more wrap stitch that I need to pick up because this one is a short row wrap and turn heel, which is the heel that I normally use. So yeah, I'm on the last, I think I have 2 rows left on the heel until that's finished, and then I'll do the foot. But yeah, so this little planet progress keeper is the last time that you all saw this sock, and this is the second one. So there is a finished sock floating around here somewhere. I don't know what I did with it, but it's finished, it's somewhere, and it's just waiting for its buddy. Oh, and that progress keeper came in a prize that I won from the Sith and Spin that Adrian from the Freakish Lemon podcast hosted last year. So yeah, that is my work in progress. I really, since I have a free pair of knitting, like of sock knitting needles, I'm like twiddling my thumbs like, who's next? But yeah, so that's that. And I don't have, well, I do have a couple maker plans, but as usual, they are tacked on to some stashquisitions. Now, this time last week when I filmed, I did not have this many stashquisitions, and then there were some sales, and I got some happy mail, and all kinds of stuff, guys, all kinds of stuff. Hi, Tootie. Do you want to come over here? Come on. Don't knock the can. Ooh. Hi. You want to come too, Kiba? You jealous Jeny. You already got cuddles earlier. Here, let me move this. Watch your feet. Watch your paw. Where are you going, Tootie? Wait. Oh Lord. Come on. Oh. Ooh. Well, you gotta sit. Don't you lick my drink. Thank you. Are we all sitting up here? Is this what we're doing? Is this what we're doing now? Bless you. Okay, lay down. Kiba, lay down. You're just gonna ignore me like that? Oh my gosh. Look, if you guys are gonna be up here, you have to lay down because your heads are in the way. Good girl, Tootie. Now, Kiba. Oh, guys, guess what? So yesterday, the 17th, was Kiba's gotcha day. I have had Kiba for 9 years. And she was about a year old when I got her. So Kiba girl is about 10 years old. Yes, I did just tell everybody your age. I'm sorry. Kiba, you want to say hi to the peeps? No? Well, want to come over here? No? You don't want to look over there? Okay, there you go. There you go. Happy birthday to you. Well, no. Tootie, can you sit down so we can sing for your sister? Happy gotcha day to you. Happy gotcha day to you. Ooh. Happy gotcha day to Kiba. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Tootie. Just get off. Just get off. Happy gotcha day to you. Yay. All right. Okay, Kiba. You can get down now. Okay. So, stash positions. My hair's doing funky things. Whatever. All right. So, first thing I want to show you is this. This is the Sock Knitters Workshop. Everything knitters need to knit socks beautifully. Oh, there you go. And I'll put the title and the authors at the bottom just in case you want to look up this book. But this book is so much information about knitting socks and like different cast-ons, cuffs, heels, toes, all kinds of stuff. And in the back they have a couple patterns, of course. But the one thing that I'm super excited to try out is the picot edging. So that type of cuff. I have never done a picot anything, so I'm excited to try that. Yeah, and I'm like, in my mind, it would be something like on some, like, of course, a solid color so that you could see the little picots, and yeah, that's as far as I got. So more than likely, the next socks that I cast on will have that classic picot edging. So fingers crossed that goes well. In the heel section, it has a whole bunch of different like numbers and stuff for different shaped heels, for the heel flap and gussets and those different heel turns that you can do. They also have a section of various Afterthought heels, various short row heels. All manner of madness is in this book, so I'm excited about it. And one of the things that I really like about how they've organized the heels, let me see if I can show you. Okay. Okay, here you go. So this is in the short row heel section. So underneath the title of the type of heel, they have a detail. So this one is for narrow heel, low instep, and then the next one is a wide heel with a low instep. So you can go through all the different types of heels to see what kind of heel would best fit your type of foot. I'm not entirely sure what qualifies as a narrow heel or a wide heel and whether my heel is narrow or wide. So I do find that when I do the wrap and turn heels that I normally do, the instep part of my sock is kind of tight, and that's the instep right there. So this area is the instep. So when I knit my socks, the stitches that go across here tend to stretch a little bit. It doesn't do that when I do heel flaps and gussets, but those just take forever. So hopefully I can make some adjustments to the way that I do my heels. Maybe I can find one that accommodates my instep better. Because I don't know if I really have a high instep or what exactly qualifies as a high instep. But I like that this book has so much information and so much details. It's kind of like, what was that other book? I can't think of the name of it, but I'll put it at the bottom of the screen. I checked that book out from my library, and it had a whole lot of information as well, like for customizing your socks, like to your foot and to your measurements. So I'm super excited to put this into work or into use. Let's see, what is the next place I want to show you guys? Oh, I think maybe the middle of last week, Melody from the Melody Crochet podcast put up a video talking about the clearance that was going on at Hobby Lobby. And before I watched her video, I was scrolling through Instagram, and Amanda from Amanda Hooked on Yarn was also talking about wanting to go to Hobby Lobby because of the sale. So I, of course, had to go and see like what was the deal, like what is this amazing sale that's going on, because Melody was showing Vanna's Choice yarn that she got for 99 cents a ball. So I was like, let me get over there, because I do enjoy Vanna's yarn. It's very pretty, it's very soft. But I got there, and unfortunately all of the colors that they had of the Vanna's yarn, I didn't need any of them, and I couldn't like justify purchasing them without any plan at all. So I left them behind. I made grown-up decisions. I did, however, come away with these. This is the only yarn that I bought in the clearance. Like, that's it. These were clearance to $1.24 each, and this is the Yarn Bee Forever style in the spring green colorway. And this is like that super soft kind of, it's almost like a chenille yarn, but not quite. I bought this to make a baby blanket. I don't know if I'm going to be making that baby blanket like soon, or if I'm going to put it off. I don't know. But it's here to be made into a baby blanket whenever I get around to that. Yeah. So I got 2 of them. Hopefully that will be good. And it's so soft. I let Lamar touch this, and he was like, ooh, it feels like it's got lotion on it. So I got those. I also picked up this book, Great Knit Sweaters for Guys, Big and Small. And it's 12 different sweater patterns, and they're size 2, like children's 2 to men XXL. It's by Andrea Sanchez. I got this book for $2.50, like $2.54. And as you can see, the regular price was $16.95. So I was super excited to see that. I do want to maybe go by another Hobby Lobby and see if they have any other pattern books, because there's a couple patterns in here that I really like. And I'm like, I don't really know what qualifies these as like men's sweaters, because they have stuff like hello. They have stuff like this. It's like a regular sweater. I need a sweater like that. Matter of fact, I need a sweater like this. Is this fingering weight? It's made with Malabrigo Rios. Is that 210 yards to 100 grams? Ooh, that's worsted. Bad. I'm about to make me a sweater. So yeah, I got this. Super excited about it. I'm going to try to stop saying super excited because I'm super excited about everything that I bought, which is the reason I bought it. But another thing that has nothing to do with like the content of this book, like the front is really soft, like super smooth. I just realized I'm like rubbing on this guy. Sorry, strange man. So I got that, and this and the yarn were the only like, actually no, there's one more fiber related thing. And I halfway opened this. I don't know why I like cut the plastic on here. I don't know. But this was not on clearance. This is a weaving loom accessories kit. And in the last couple episodes and like over the last like month and a half, I have been getting more into like wanting to venture out into weaving, and I've been kind of like tipping my toe into the weaving pool because I don't want to just be like, buy a weaving loom, you know, because I mean, I don't have money like that, and I don't know if I'm really gonna be like that into it. But one of the things that I did want from my one time actually doing one of the weaving looms that I purchased was like, I'll just pull it out of here because this is exactly the thing I wanted. Is that tape? Oh yeah, it is. I wanted one of these. Here we go. It's a comb, so when you so you can like bring down your strands or what have you. So this particular kit has, can I pull it out? No? I did this the stupidest way possible. So that's how it comes packaged. And it has a loom. So like this is a loom that you can use. It's got the comb, 2 needles. I guess this one would be like the darning needle. And then this one would be like a weaving needle so that you can weave back and forth. This is the shed. Let me not act like I know what all these things are. This is the shed. This little arrow bit is like a hanger. So after you finish your like weaving piece, you can attach it to this to hang on the wall. This is a shuttle, and this is a pom-pom maker. So I had been looking for one of these combs by itself for a little while, and I didn't want to get one that was like too expensive because, like I said, I'm not completely like down like in the weaving pool. I'm not like in the water yet, so I just wanted to like try something out. So when I found this was $5.99 for the set, and then I used a 40% off coupon. So I feel like this will get some use, and even if I only use it a couple times, that will make it worth it. So like as you can see, like this is like the weaving they did, and they put it on the little hanger like that. So that's what they mean. So yeah, pretty cool, huh? I think so. The next thing that I will share with you is some thrifted goodies, or are some thrifted goodies. Come with the subject verb agreement. This is my little thrift store haul. This past weekend, Lamar and I got to hang out together. It was our 4th anniversary was on the 15th, which was this past Friday. And so I took off work on Sunday, and we went to a couple of farmers markets, kicked around, just hung out together for the whole day, and it was great. While we were at one of the farmers markets, like on that same street as the farmers market, on the same street as the market, there was a thrift store called Animal League Thrift. And I went in there and I found this little snowman and what are those, penguin like yarn fabric. It's a half yard, and it only cost me 50 cents, so that was a steal. I kind of want to go back and like go through the rest of their fabrics, but I didn't want to like take too much time in there because I'm a thrifter, but Lamar not so much, I don't think. I think he has like a limit to the time he can spend in a thrift store and be like, okay. So the next thing I got are these. These are 2 full balls of Patton's Croy Sock FX, and this is the Calla Lily colorway. And it looks like that's coming up pretty true to color, so thumbs up, iPad. So I've got 2 balls of it. This one is a full ball. I did weigh it, so I'll be able to get a nice pair of socks out of this yarn. And this, you can see the price tag there. Oh, $1.50. So for $2.14, I was able to get enough fabric to make a couple project bags for my shop and yarn to make a full pair of socks. So that's pretty awesome. And the yarn came in this little zipper bag, which I'm totally going to keep and use it as like a project bag. Even though I make project bags, you just can't like throw away stuff that's this cute. I don't know. Is it just me? It might just be me. I don't know. Whatevs. And I think the last thing that I purchased that I want to show you guys, because I have some happy mail down here that I want to show you as well. Yeah, the last thing that I purchased are like from the library. I don't know if the libraries in your area do this, but like most of the libraries in my area, they have like a friends of the library section where they sell books and stuff. So recently Lamar and I had to run an errand to another town that we rarely ever go to because we don't go out that far. It's like 45 minutes past everything that we ever do. So we went out there, and the main library was right near the place that we had to go. And so we stopped in there, and their library, this was Leesburg, their library is beautiful. I really just wanted to walk around and just take it all in. It was gorgeous, but we didn't have a lot of time to stay. So we went into the Friends of the Library bookstore, and whenever I go into those discount bookstore type things, I'm always looking for knitting and crocheting books. And I came across this one. This is Yarn Harlot, The Secret Life of a Knitter by Stephanie Pearl McPhee. And it's like a collection of like different stories by her different stories. And I got it for $1. Can you see that? $1. $1. Yeah, I got it for $1. And I'm really excited to read it. It's in really good quality. It's in really good condition. There's like no dings or ripped pages or anything like that. So whoever donated this book to the library, they either loved it, read it carefully, or didn't read it at all. So I'm excited to check this book out. I'll let you guys know how I feel about it. And then at our library, so the Orange County Library, we went to the Central Library this past weekend whilst we were gallivanting, and I picked this up. It is a Rowan Pattern magazine, or knitting magazine rather, number 32. Says autumn winter. And what year is this? I don't know. It says copyright 2002, so I'm assuming that's when it's from. And I was flipping through this book to see if there was anything that I would likely make, and I came across this. Oh, get the glare off. This tank top. I have been looking to make a tank top for the longest time. Being that I live in Florida, this would be super useful. And actually it shares a page or shares a spread with this top, which is really cute. I don't know if I could really get away with something that low per se, but I do like both of the designs. I'm definitely going to make this one. I think this is like actually going to be on my maker plans. This one I was just like looking at just now, and I think that would be kind of cool. But even if I only make the one pattern, I think that makes this book worth it because it only cost me $1.50. So that's pretty cool. And there's some other patterns in there that I like. I don't know if I'm going to make them because a lot of them have like sew-in sleeves, which I've never done, but I mean, you might as well try something new, right? Like try to do things that you haven't done before. So for that tank top, I pulled this yarn out of my stash. The yarn that pattern calls for is a fingering weight called Rowan. Hold on. That pattern, the pattern calls for Rowan Lurex Shimmer. It's a fingering weight, and I would need like 150 grams. Yes, I would need 150 grams of that yarn. And of course, it's discontinued because this book is like old. And looking at the content, I made a note. It is 80% rayon and 20% polyester. So I'm hoping that I can find something in my stash to substitute for it. For now, I've pulled out this shawl in a cake. This is, it's 150 grams. It says that it is medium weight, so like a worsted weight, but looking at it, it's a little bit thinner. So I'm going to do a gauge swatch with the needles that this pattern calls for and see how it matches up. Hopefully I can figure a way to use this for this tank top, and because I think that would be really cool. If not, I will just find something that works in there. Because I have those free needles from finishing up those socks, I'll probably do the gauge swatch tonight and see how it works. That's everything that I purchased. And now I will share some happy mail and a souvenir gift. So first, a couple weeks ago, my friend Tiffany went to the Kennedy Space and Rocket Center. Is it the Kennedy Space and Rocket Center or the Kennedy Space Center? It's the Kennedy Space Center. And she brought me some gifts because she loves me. And they came in this bag. I'm so excited. I haven't used this bag yet because I wanted to keep like everything in it so that I didn't lose any bits or anything like that. And she gave me 2 pins. Here's the other one. She gave me 2 pins. This one is the NASA logo. And then this one is, what rocket ship did she say this was? The Atlantis. Can you see that? And she said when she was picking the pins, she asked the guy like which ones are like super special. And he told her this one because the Atlantis, the Kennedy Space Center has a replica of the Atlantis on like at their location. So he said that this would be a good one to give your friend. And she also gave me a souvenir coin album, which I collect pressed pennies, and my collection runneth over. And I probably legitimately need like 3 of these, if not more, to house my collection, because right now they're just in a little zipper bag. But even better, she pressed me some pennies. This first one is the Lunar Rover. The second one says Kennedy Space Center and has the NASA logo. And then the third one has some rockets on it and it says Kennedy Space Center. I don't know if you can really see those, but that's them. And I'm super excited to go. Lamar is a teacher, so he gets in for free. And I would, I'd have to get a ticket, but whatever. I'm going to the Space Center one day this summer, guys. Yes, super excited. So that was the gift from Tiffany. And this, like getting this really made me want to like do more space bags and some astronaut bags for my shop. So I picked up this fabric with little spacemen, and it glows in the dark. I'm not sure what glows in the dark on it, but the tag, I'm not sure what glows in the dark on it, but the tag did say glow in the dark, so I'm super excited about that. This is what it looks like again. So that'll be coming to a Quirky Monday craft shop near you. But the last thing is this. This is some happy mail that I received from Cheryl. And my husband, it came on Saturday. So like the day after our anniversary. My husband comes walking in the house with it and he says, I got you a special gift. It came all the way from Canada. I don't really know what's in it, but it's special. It's from me. So I completely forgot that she said she was sending me anything. So it was like super exciting. Again, I told you I was going to be super excited about everything. Yeah. So this was the reason for her package. She sent me a box of the white tea, blueberry, and elderflower. So now I have 2 boxes of this. Like, guys, I'm never running out of this tea because I hoard it. So I just recently opened the other one that I got, and I was drinking that tea all day. Oh, you can smell it. It's so delicious, so delicious. Oh my gosh, guys, we're fighting the sun or racing the sun again. Do you remember these? Benefits of filming inside. Racing the sun, turn on the lights. So yeah, I showed you guys the teas that Cheryl sent. Thank you so much if you see this. Like, my cheeks hurt from smiling. And she also sent me some yarn. This is is that a C? Cleckheaton? Cleckheaton? It's made in Australia. It's 8-ply. And she sent me 2 25-gram balls of this. It's 100% wool. Yeah? Yeah? Nope. 85% wool, 15% viscose. So that's what it looks like. It's like this natural kind of tan color with all these different flecks of color in it. So I don't know what I'm going to make out of this yet, but whatever it is, it's going to be so like cheery with those little flecks of colors. So I'm excited to try that out. I also don't know like if I can mix in another yarn. Also, what size yarn is 8-ply? Is this like a worsted? Somebody help me out. Like, this is from Australia. They do things different over there. It's so different, but it looks really cool. Like, it almost looks like it's braided. But I untwisted one of the strands just to see like how it was plied together, and it's pretty cool. But somebody help me figure out what weight this is. And she also sent me this yarn. This is Dulce, 50% mohair, 50% acrylic, and it's a 50-gram donut. It's not really a cake, and it's also not a skein. So we're gonna go with donut. And it's like greenish blue with a little bit of white in it. And I have never used anything with mohair in it. So I'm pretty excited to try this. Like all these new fibers, guys. Can I put this around my neck? I don't think that can go around my neck. But I don't know. My neck could be a little bit of a wimp. But yeah. So I've got some completely new to me type yarns and my yummy tea. So thank you so much, Cheryl. Oh, she also sent chocolate, which of course, it didn't make it in the heat. We have not eaten the chocolate yet. I think it was like coffee crisp or something. Poor little chocolate, when we finally got it out the mailbox, the chocolate was so melted. Like I took it out of the package, and it was just like squishing in my hand. So we immediately put that in the refrigerator to make it harden again, and then we're gonna try it later. Lamar doesn't really like coffee, so fingers crossed that's like more chocolate for me. Yeah. And that's it, guys. I think that's the biggest stash position section I've ever had in ever. Oh, it's dripping on me. I'm drinking chocolate chai from Wawa. And man, the guy who made this was super heavy-handed on that chocolate syrup. It was like, when I first sipped this, it was like syrup straight in my mouth. It was crazy. It's all right. Probably won't order it again, but it's good to try things once, right? The next thing that I want to talk about is Quirky Monday Crafts. That is my shop on Etsy. I mentioned it a little bit ago when I was talking about the astronaut fabric, but I am currently hosting a sale. It is 30% off of everything and free shipping. There is no minimum. It is to help me clear out the existing stock so that I can have space to do updates with different bag shapes. I have some other ideas bubbling around in my head, and I just want to clear out everything, start with an empty slate, and bring you guys some new products. So I will show you what is currently in the shop. This is all that is left in the shop right now. With the 30% off, I will tell you the prices and everything like that. It is free domestic shipping, so go take a look. There will be a link to my shop down below. Yeah, these are the small bags. With the 30% off, they come to $10.50, and the small bags are the only ones that have different colors on the inside. The larger bags all have white because I like a bright inside bag, like a bright inside, so I can find things. So yeah, that's the pattern on the outside. This one has red on the inside, and they all have tags from Quirky Monday Crafts. And each one has a made with love tag. So that's that one. That is that one with orange. That one. I really like this sunflower fabric. Then we have two from Christmas. We have some ornaments with green. And then we have stockings with green also. And then we have two from Valentine's. This one is the You're My Type with pink. This one I was calling Dainty Balloons. And it's got red inside. And then I have one from my vintage fabric collection that I did. This one's like daisies, and it's got a bright green. And then we have two from my space fabric update. And the space ones are different from the front to back. And this one is sparkly. And that one's got blue on the inside. So those are all of the small bags, and these are $10.50. The next section are the medium bags. Now these I would say they're like sock size. So like they're this type bag. I have two, and both of these are from the fall update. So you have this one. I love this scenery. So like if this doesn't sell, it's totally gonna be mine. And then like I said, the insides of the larger ones are all white, and the larger ones all have handles. So the older designs that I have just a non-removable handle. The newer ones that I've recently started doing have removable handles. So that's the only difference here. And then this is the other medium-sized bag. And the medium-sized bags are $14. Yeah, they are $14 after their 30% discount. The next size I have are my wide bags. Now this is a design that that I really like. This one, they all have like the wide arched opening, so they open like very, very big. So you can fit lots in there. The ones from Black History Month, I have two from Black History Month. They both have the faux leather in the bottom, and they all have the removable handle. So this is the removable handle that I was talking about. So there's that. And the wide ones are $14 also after the 30% off. So here is the second Black History Month one, a beautiful kente. And the last one is Valentine's. And then, of course, your removable handle. And the last size I have are the large bags. These are shawl size comfortably. You can get the beginning of a sweater in here, no problem. Yeah, so I have a few of these left. The first couple are from my vintage fabric collection. So you have that one. That one. Yeah, I have the two from the vintage fabric. So those two. And then I have one from my space bags. And again, they are different on the front and the back. I have one from Valentine's with the removable handle. One from Christmas, which got all crushed up in the bag. What? Hello? I have to re-iron that. So one from Christmas. And two from fall. And these, after their 30% off, go down to $17.50. So you've got quite a bit of variety here. And when I was stacking these up, I did notice that I have some like almost full collections left. So like, let me put those together for you real quick. So we have a You're My Type set. So this one has large, wide, and a small left. So if you want matching bags, you can totally get that. And we have a pumpkin set. So you have a large bag and a small bag. And there is the woodlands left. This one has a large, medium, and a small. So there's your large, your medium, and your small. So yeah, if you want some matching bags, there's a couple left that way. So what is going to happen with this clear out? This sale is going to go to the, I think it's the first week of July. And once the sale is over, whatever is left in the shop, I'm going to take down, and those will not be available anymore. I'll probably give them away as gifts, like to friends or family or something like that. But those will go away. So if there's anything that you like, hop over to the shop, go ahead and purchase it. I'll get it sent out to you. Yeah, so help me clear out this stock so that I can bring some new things. Yeah. The last thing that I guess I wanted to talk about, and I have been mentioning it like throughout this episode, this past Friday was me and Lamar's 4th anniversary. And I am so beyond blessed to be able to call him my husband. He is such a pillar of strength for me, because as like a super emotional person that I am, sometimes I will just fly off left field in whatever emotion I am currently feeling, and he is able to just pull me back in and be like, hey, focus on me. This is what's really going on. You know, you need to calm down. It's not that big a deal, or it is a big deal, but you can't do anything about it now, or like anything like that. He's just so reassuring and calming and even keel, and oh my gosh, I thank God all the time that he saw fit to put us together. I'm just happy that we are Team Ryan. So happy anniversary to us. We made it 4 years. The fourth anniversary is like fruit and what is it? Fruit and vegetables, something like that. So I got him a an edible arrangement, and when I came in the house with it, he was laughing because he was like, "I almost bought you an edible arrangement." So I'm like, I'm glad he didn't, because we would have had. I mean, it wouldn't have been too much fruit because we really like fruit in this house. But so we sat and we watched some TV and we ate the fruit bouquet, and it was really nice. And then Sabbath, we went to church, and at the beginning of the church service, they announced like anyone who had birthdays, and if there's anyone who celebrated birthdays like that past week, the church sings happy birthday. And then they asked if anybody had anniversaries, and if there's anyone with anniversaries, they sing happy anniversary. And Lamar and I were the only ones with an anniversary in that past week, so we got serenaded by the church, and it was really nice. What else did we do? Saturday night, we being me, Lamar, our friend Tiffany, and our brother-in-law, or my brother-in-law, we just like hung out at the house and watched some TV, played some games, just a chill evening. And then Sunday, we were supposed to go to, why do I keep forgetting the name of this amusement park? Busch Gardens. But there was a mix-up with our ticket, so we weren't able to go. But it's okay. It was like stupid hot again. So I was like, you know what? If we had gone to Busch Gardens, I probably would have been miserable with how hot it was. Because, you know, I mentioned that we went to a couple farmers markets, and even just walking around in the farmers market just for the couple hours, like I was drenched in sweat. And I don't really like being hot. Like, I like being able to like get like cooled off, and it wasn't like that kind of hot where it's just like okay, there's some relief. Nope. Like the sun was out, it was humid, it was just bleh. So yeah, what else? I think that's it. I think that's all I wanted to say about our anniversary. I'm just so blessed. So blessed, and I thank God every day. So I'm gonna put a couple of our wedding pictures because I know you guys just are dying to see our wedding pictures. If you're not, sorry, not sorry. Yeah, it was great. Um, we had like so many of our friends and family celebrating with us. Um, we There were a whole lot of like DIY things that I did at the wedding. Um, I'll put up a picture. I think I have one on Instagram. But I had like my slip under my dress was my something blue, and I dyed my slip blue. Um, and it came out like such a pretty blue. So I'll put up some pictures of that. Um, just it was such a wonderful day. And you know, every so often, like you think back on your wedding day and you're just like, oh man, you know, it was so great. But you also know like all the things that went wrong. But even in the face of like all of the things that went wrong, it was such a great day. Like we got rained on. Well, we didn't get like rained on. We got like rained on, and there's a picture of us running back into the reception site so that we didn't get like proper rained on, and it came out really cute. Um, Lamar was super late, like ridiculously late, to the point that I was like, oh my gosh, we're about to go like drive to the house to see if he's okay. Like, did he get in a car accident on the way to the wedding? Like, this is where my brain went. And of course, everything was fine. He's just a foodie, and he was doing like the finishing touches on the the cocktail hour food. So that's why he was late to our wedding. But just when I sit and I think back on our wedding day, I'm just glad that so many of our friends and family were able to be there. And they were able to like share that day with us and have a good time with us. And that was awesome. So I'm gonna stop talking your ear off now, and I hope that you have a wonderful day, week, everything. Leave a comment down below of the like good things that happened to you this past week, or rather this past 2 weeks, so that other people can see like the good things that are happening around and join in that positivity. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for being a part of my universe. Bye.